This video will show how you can use connectivity analysis in TRACC. This analysis allows you to take into account access to multiple destination types and apply a weighting to each destination type in order to get a value for overall accessibility. This can help you to identify areas with low connectivity and inform where improvements can be made. This could be done for a single scenario or be done for multiple different options to determine which has the greatest impact on overall accessibility. The first step to calculating a connectivity score is setting up some parameters. First, open your project and go to Settings. Click on Settings and then on Connectivity Score. Here you can input different saturation levels, weighting and catchment times for different destination types for different modes. Saturation refers to how many of the points of interest will be included in the calculation. For example, if this is set to 1, but an origin is able to access 5 different destinations, it will only take into account the closest one. The weighting specifies how important being able to access that particular destination by that mode is. For example, it may not be as important to be able to walk to a hospital within a certain time frame as it may be to drive or get public transport to a hospital. The catchment is the maximum journey time or journey distance for each destination. This allows you to set smaller catchments for primary schools than for secondary schools, for example. To add additional categories, you can click the Add button on the right. You can also delete categories by pressing the Delete button. Once you have your settings set up, click Save. You can now import your destinations. Go to Destination and click Add. Select the relevant dataset and import as normal. The only additional step is to add in a category. Here I'll use classification description. The data used in this example was exported through Data Cutter. This allows you to collect data on multiple different destination types for a specific area. Once you have set your category, click Next, and then specify which column entry matches up with which category. Once this is done, click Finish. You can now set up your calculations. Once you have your public transport network, road network, and origin set up, go to the Calculation tab. Here you can run origin-destination calculations or depart at arrive-by calculations in order to inform your connectivity scores. Ensure your time catchment is greater than your greatest time catchment set in the connectivity score settings. Once your calculation has completed, go to the Results tab and then select your calculation result. You'll now see the connectivity score option highlighted. Click on this and you'll see that you can export these results in multiple formats. If you'd simply like to see a CSV of the results, select CSV and select where you'd like this to be saved. You can also save this as metadata to get a better idea of how these results have been calculated. You can also show this as a contour or a thematic. This can show the scores either as relative on a scale of 0 to 100, with 100 being the best scores, or actual. For this example, I'll show this as relative and click OK. You can then select how many ranges you would like to use and the values of these ranges. I will set this to use 9 ranges, with wider ranges at the lower end of the scale, and tight ranges towards the upper end, where most of the results are shown. This will allow me to see high scoring results in more detail. Here I can now see the connectivity score throughout the region and how this changes depending on the area. I can also view this as a contour. This will allow me to identify areas with low accessibility, informing decisions about improvements. You can also export the metadata by going to Connectivity Score and then Save Metadata. This provides a CSV with a breakdown of the calculations. For example, for Origin ID 1, we can see each destination, the travel time, the score, and whether or not it was skipped. TRACC 2.3 is available as a free upgrade to any existing TRACC clients.